Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video, we're gonna go over the basics of applying to scholarships, right? Now there's a bunch of different ways you can sort of hunt for scholarships and apply to scholarships and all that. And we generally teach all of these things in our scholarships and funding blueprint. But the thing is, I thought like you guys should have a basic understanding at least on how you can search for scholarships on your own. So that's what this video is gonna be about, right? I'm gonna teach you two simple methods that you guys can use to hunt for scholarships and basically apply to them. All right, so let's get to the methods. The first method is to look at the financial aid section at your target university website, okay? So for this, it's gonna be university dependent. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look through the financial aid sections for 3 universities. First is NYU, next is University of Massachusetts Amherst, and then of course Penn, okay? So let's get started with NYU. So now this financial aid part, it's usually under admissions, right? So you can see, under admissions, they have financial aid and scholarships. So let's click on that. And now here they'll have the information for financial aid. And by financial aid, of course, they mean like assistantships, not only scholarships, but also assistantships and fellowships and grants, whatever else that they can help with. Even education loans, sometimes universities have education loan plans, so you guys can explore that as well. So here you might also find the tuition fee for their schools and so on. So for example, you can have estimated tuition and fees, undergraduate aid, right? So if we're looking for scholarships and grants, right? So we click on this scholarships and grants. And then we have, renewal criteria. Then they give you a bunch of scholarships that are available to us from this university and, similar things, right? So they have NYU's own scholarships and they have federal grant scholarships, state scholarships, and other organization scholarships. So let's try NYU's own scholarships, right? So it brings us here. All NYU applicants automatically considered, with your application. That's awesome. And let's see what else. Undergraduate, September 11, federal grant programs. Then we have teacher education, federal supplemental education, state scholarships. This is only for New York State residents. So you have to make sure that whatever scholarship that you guys are applying to, you are eligible for that scholarship, right? So for all of this, scholarships and grants from other organizations, they give you links to different places that you guys can check out to find those scholarships, right? So generally this is what happens. They'll give you like a list of scholarships that they have as a part of their university, and then they also give you links to other places that you guys can explore for scholarships. Right? They also have federal loans, private loans, a lot of this other stuff that you guys can check out. Okay, so this is how NYU does their financial aid stuff. Now, some universities will also have assistantships and stuff here, so let's go and check that out. So next up, we have the University of Massachusetts Amherst, right? So now we go to admissions. Again, it's going to be financial aid under admissions. And then, all right, so they have a bunch of things. You have undergraduate estimated costs, net price calculator, summer financial aid. So I guess if you take classes in the summer, maybe it's a little bit cheaper. Then they have Spire to Lewis, I have no idea what that is. Alternate loan option, financial aid services, counseling appointments. So they offer financial aid counseling appointments via Zoom. So if you guys are applying to UMass Amherst and you want some financial aid, you can probably request for an appointment, meet with their financial aid advisor, and then they'll be able to help you out as well, right? Then what else do we have here? They have the guide, let's say 2021 Guide to Understanding Financial Aid. So if we click on that, it opens up this, and then they have an entire guide for you guys to check out. So through the guide, I'm sure you guys can see, what kind of financial aid they have, need-based versus non-need-based, how graduate students can apply for financial aid and so on, right? So there's a lot of other information there. And the same way they have, of course, they have the graduate tab. So if we go to the graduate tab, most of you guys are going to be graduate students, right? So you have types of aids. So types of aids you might qualify for. So we click on this. And then we have loans, federal graduate plus loan, more loans, and assistantships, teaching grant, federal work study, assistantships. So again, like lots of other ways that you guys can fund your degree program, right? So same way, when you go to the financial aid section, you'll be able to find a ton of information about this whole financial aid part, all right? Lastly, let's go to the University of Pennsylvania. So these guys, they have it under admissions and aid. So we go here, admissions facts, grant-based financial aid. So, access for all students from socioeconomic backgrounds, grant-based financial aid programs, let's see, undergraduate students, but also for growing graduate and professional student aid. So they have for graduate students as well. So I click on this, and that brings me to here, the financial aid section. They have a lot of other information. How do you apply for financial aid? You can speak to a counselor as well. So if the website is too confusing, you can always book an appointment, or you can email these counselors and they can help you out directly, right? So the first method is to look for the financial aid section at your target university website. It's going to be different for each university, so make sure you do it for all your target universities. Before we move on to the second method, I just want to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel because we have a ton of graduate program related tips every single week. Okay, so on to the second method. The second way is to search for scholarships from your own home country, right? For example, since I'm an Indian student, I Googled scholarships for Indian students to study abroad. Now there's a ton of scholarships given by the Indian government, by companies in India, and all these different organizations for Indian students, right? For example, look, there's a Tata scholarship given by the Tata company for students applying to study in Cornell. Then they have the Fields Scholarship, Chevening Scholarship, Commonwealth Scholarship, Fulbright Nehru Scholarship, which is specifically for Indian master's degree applicants, Australia Award scholarships for undergraduate and postgraduate applicants from specific Indian universities. So if your Indian university comes under that, then you can probably apply for the scholarship and so on, right? So when you guys search for just this exact term, you'll be able to find a bunch of links that give out scholarships, for Indian students to study abroad. If you follow this up by, whatever country you want to study, for example, study in USA, then you'll be able to find more scholarships specifically for your target country, right? For example, in Fulbright Nehru specifically for US applications, the Hubert Humphrey Fellowship Program, then the You Are Welcome Here Scholarship Program, and there's a ton of scholarships available, right? So the second method is to search for the kind of scholarships that come from your home country, either through the governments in your home country or the organizations or companies within your home country. And that's it. I hope this was useful for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more graduate program related information, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.